Now so far till last video what we have done determinants of equilibrium level of income through graphical form, right? Now let's understand it in schedule form. Okay, now see, I have already given the same kind of income which we have done many a time, that is 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, right? Now planned consumption, that is 20, 100, 180, 260, 340, 420, the way it was been given, same. Then my planned saving is minus 20, 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, right? Now investment flat 40, the way we have decided, all investment is constant. Okay, so 40. Now how I will analyze my equilibrium through schedule? So what I will do, I will compare aggregate demand and aggregate supply over here. Now at one point of time I'll write aggregate demand and I'll compare it, that means I'll check out whether it is more or it is less. Okay, now what was the formula for aggregate demand? C plus I. Now if I say C, my C is 20, I is 40. 20 plus 40 goes to 60, right? Now what is the formula for aggregate supply? That is my C plus S. C plus S, that is consumption plus savings. Fine. Now what is my consumption? 20. And what is my savings? Minus 20. 20 minus 20 gives me 0. So what is the situation in the market? The situation in the market is 60 is greater. That means demand is more than supply, right? So what we will try, what government will try? Government will try that people should have more purchasing power. Their income should increase. Okay, so they will plan out more employment opportunities. They will plan out other ways like giving more loans, easier way of giving loans, so that they should have more and more money in their hand. Why? Because what is the situation? Supply is 0, no purchasing power. Okay, so if the consumer will have no purchasing power, why the supplier will give it? Why the supplier will supply? Okay, so what will happen? Income will expand. Fine. Even consumers, they will try to get income. Why? Because they want to fulfill their demand. So what they will do? They will try to see more and more sources of income. Fine. Now next case, if I'll check out, so here what happens? 140, right? Same formula, C plus I. C is how much? 100, then 40, it will give me 140. Okay, and if I'll check out my supply, it will give me 100. Why? Because my saving is 0 at this point of time. Again, what is the situation? Demand is more, people wants more. So if consumer wants more, they will try to get more and more income. So what will be the situation of income? It will tends to increase, expansion. Fine. Third case. Now third case is, what is my aggregate demand? 300, right? Not 300, this is fourth case. Okay, third case is my aggregate demand is 220. And what is my supply? 200. Again, demand is more, so income will tend to increase. Now when fourth case comes, see, my aggregate demand and aggregate supply both falls equal, 300 and 300. This is the situation of equilibrium. Okay, now next case, that is, here what is my demand? 380. And what is my supply? 400. Now what is there? Excess supply, no demand. Okay, so when there is excess supply, there will be contraction. Why? Because now the supply is more than the demand. Fine. So what we need to do? We need to reduce the supply. Fine. So what will happen? Income will tends to decrease. Why? Then the consumer will be with less purchasing power, and if they will have less purchasing power, they will not be able to purchase in the market. Okay, Same third case, again the situation is same. That is, my supply is more than demand. Okay, so what will happen? Again the income will tends to contract. Why? Because we want that there should be a reduction of purchasing power in consumers' hand. Okay, so that the supply should be balanced. Fine. So there will be a contraction, reduction. Okay. Now in this we will find out the APC, APS. Okay, savings also. Now first and foremost, to find out savings, we need to have consumption. Why? What was the formula for savings? Savings was equals to income minus consumption. That means we need total consumption. Even if we want to find out APC, what is the formula for APC? That is consumption upon income, right? Now APS, again I need savings. Here when I will need savings, there is no consumption, so how I will find out? Okay, now such kind of equation is known as linear equation. Fine. Now this is the last type of the numerical here in income and employment. Now this we will finish up. Fine. With this we will finish this up. Now let's find out how I will find out my total consumption. So let me find out my total consumption first. Now do remember the formula for total consumption. First and foremost, remember the breakup of total consumption. What was the breakup I have told you? Do remember, first we have A. What is A? A stands for autonomous consumption. I hope you remember. I have always told you either you can denote it with small c bar or A. So A stands for what? Autonomous consumption. Fine. Then we have plus small c and y. Now what is small c? Now small c stands for my marginal propensity to consume. Okay, small c stands for what? Marginal propensity to consume, and y stands for income. So this small c stands for what? MPC of income. Fine. Now how I will start calculating the complete formula. This is the first part. This I have done. Fine. Now I will find out my total consumption. How will I find out my total consumption? Fine. So for this I need to know about autonomous consumption. Now what is my autonomous consumption? What I have studied. My autonomous consumption is a compulsory consumption that I will do even though I don't have any income, right? That means that part of saving which is known as dis-saving, right? Now dis-saving is what? Always the minus income. So what is my autonomous consumption? My autonomous consumption is 90. So what is my autonomous consumption? My autonomous consumption is 90. I hope I am clear. Fine. Now what is MPC? MPC is already given 0.6. Now we will calculate rest of the thing as per the income. Now suppose I want to calculate here my consumption. First I will calculate, then I will calculate my savings. Fine. So let me first calculate my consumption here. Consumption, I will make one column of consumption. Fine. Now first, as there is nothing, so I have my autonomous consumption which is 90. Fine. Now next part, what I will write over here. How I will calculate? First I will take my autonomous consumption, that is 90. Fine. Then I will add what? My marginal propensity to consume with income. Fine. So this will give me what? This will give me 150. Just calculate it. 90 plus 60 will give me 150. Okay. So what I received? My consumption is what? 150. Now if I'll calculate my savings, what will be my savings over here? My savings means it is what? Income minus consumption. Fine. Now let me reduce my income minus consumption, that is 100 minus 150. This will give me minus 50. So what is the amount over here? The amount is minus 50. I hope I am clear how I calculated 50. Things are minus 50, things are clear. Now next I will get minus 10. Just calculate with the formula. Then I will get 30, that is plus 30. Fine. Now I have received all savings, MPC. Now won't you think it is easy to find APC? Fine. Even I have calculated my consumption. Fine. So if I calculate my consumption, first is 150, then I will get 200, then I will get 270. Just keep calculating with the formula, you will understand. This is what you will get. Now see, I have received my consumption, equally I have my savings, I have my MPC also. So likewise I can easily calculate what? APC and APS. So APC is what? 150 upon, in first case there will be nothing. Okay, so in first case there will be nothing because it is autonomous. APC will be nothing. Fine. Now in next case, same way here. In next case if I'll go by 150 upon 100. Here I will have 1.5. Okay. Next what I will get? I have 200. Fine. So when I will go by 200 upon 210 I have received. So what will be my consumption over here? Here my consumption is 210. So when I will get 210 upon 200, again I will calculate. Same way when I will get 270 upon 300, again I will calculate. Okay. Now APS. Now if I calculate APS, here I need to have savings. Here my saving is minus 50. What is my income? My income is 100. Fine. So likewise I will calculate. Here what is my savings? That is minus 10. What is my income? 200. Again I will calculate. Here my saving is 30 and upon 300. So again I will calculate. So this is how I will get APC, APS and consumption. All the parts through linear equation. Now what is the formula for linear equation? Let's once again revise it. That is autonomous consumption. A. First and foremost we will find out total consumption. Now how to find out total consumption? A plus small c y. Now A stands for autonomous consumption. Small c stands for marginal propensity to consume with the function of income. If I say this, that means with the function of income. Fine. So that is multiply. So this is what we have solved out. I hope the things are clear to you.